Welcome as you guys are coming in. Let you guys know what's going on today. My name is Alexa, Operations Manager here at the BPM RIA office. BPM RIA, you guys know it, Broward, Palm Beach, Miami Real Estate Investors Association, your only local chapter here in South Florida that is partnered and in compliance with the National RIA, National Real Estate Investors Association. We have an awesome webinar today. It is called Ask Harry, and yes, we have the one and only Harry Diamond in here today. He'll introduce himself in just a moment, but you guys should be familiar with him already. He is one of our mentors here at BPM RIA. He is a coach, he's a real estate investor. He's just an awesome guy. So excited to have him on and very grateful. And to show how grateful we are raffling a 1-year membership to BPM RIA. All you have to do if you're interested in this raffle is text the word membership to this number that you see on the screen, 954-800-6961. Text membership to that number and you will have a chance to win the 1-year membership to BPM RIA. And I will announce this at the very, very end if you hang on with us. So winner announced at the end. Good luck to you guys. I know a lot of you guys are interested in getting those benefits and getting the membership prices on certain things like, our boot camp and awesome things like that. So that would be awesome for you guys. So good luck there. Upcoming events, we have lots of upcoming events. I do need to hustle and post a couple for you guys. I have a couple here that are on the screen that I've not posted yet, but they will be on there ASAP. So we had to move today's original webinar to Thursday. So we'll see you guys back on Thursday for this webinar with Anish, proven techniques to get better pricing with sellers and buyers. So see you guys back on Thursday. We will have another amazing raffle on Thursday. So look out for that. Get Fundable is coming back the following week to tell us how to recession-proof our business and our credit. They're always high energy. I always take away a lot of good information from them. So see you guys there. Here we go. RAL Academy monthly meeting on Zoom. We have their COO coming in, Isabel Guarino. She's running the show now. She is teaching, she's coaching. She has a podcast. She is just a young boss, absolutely killing it. This is her father's company that he started, and she has taken over since he passed and is just absolutely killing it. I've been posting a little bit about them on our Instagram, so you guys can get familiar with RAL Academy. This is residential assisted living investing. So excited to have you guys for that monthly meeting. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. And then DPI Fund, Diversified Passive Income Fund, is coming back to tell us how we can explore the benefits of investing in a real estate hedge fund in the current market conditions. And as many of you guys know, Anish, our CEO, as well as Taryn, another one of our mentors, and Jason are the hedge fund managers for this fund. So they're going to really get into it. As many details what you guys are looking for, they will be giving them in that webinar. So see you guys there. And then another in-person workshop. We're coming back to Broward. So Broward people, a lot of you guys have been calling me. We don't want to drive to Miami this month. I don't know what this is. We love Miami, but we are coming to Broward. June 17th, Saturday, 2-hour workshop, Courtyard, Fort Lauderdale Plantation. Look forward to seeing you guys there. And I have not posted this, so please look out for this. Save your spot, check the website every week. bpmreia.com is where you can find all these events. The link is in the chat. So go ahead and register for all of these right now. They're all free, which is just crazy, amazing. So go ahead and register for those and we'll see you guys there. A great way to keep up with events is texting the word BPM REIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line if you'd like to get those event updates. This is where you can get just a quick text message, registration link sent to your phone, just to remind you that we have an event coming up. All right, quick start. This is our next upcoming 2-day quick start training, August 5th, August 6th. All the details, all the topics, all the speakers are all listed on the website that I just popped in the link for you guys. It is bpmquickstart.com. So if you have absolutely any questions, please let me know. Here we have the member pricing. So good luck to you guys on whoever wins that membership today, because you will have it for $200 cheaper. And then non-members, $695 for the 2 full days, Saturday and Sunday, with Anish. Like I said, 4 guest speakers. Our mentors usually pop in there as well. And it is a money back guarantee. So I promise you guys will be happy with it, or else we have that guarantee that we never use, but it's there. So look forward to seeing you guys there all weekend long. You're going to get so much out of it. Members, as you know, you get all the good stuff. You get the National RIA benefit package. So if any of you are interested in discounts to Home Depot, Avis, Budget, MSI, Rent Perfect, all these different vendors for shipping, mailing, everything, it's there for you. So if you're looking for that, go ahead and get your membership right now. Those benefits will probably end up paying for your membership anyway. You'll get in free for in-person networking meetings. Your guests will come in at half price for $10. And then of course, you'll get the membership price for any special workshops, any good things that we have every month. So mentoring and coaching, last but very not least, we do offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. It is a full one-on-one coaching program. You have everything included when it comes to CRM, softwares, things like that. If you have any questions on what's included in our mentoring and coaching program, please go press that link on our website. Go to bpmria.com. You'll see a book a discovery call button. Schedule some time with me because we have a very unique program here at BPM RIA. We do put up 100% of the money for our students' deals, and we split the profit 50-50. We teach you how to find the deals. We give you the resources, everything that you need to find deals. So please let me know when I'm going to chat with you. I have some spaces available still this week for you to book calls with me. I do set aside specific time for you guys to book these calls. So please take advantage. Don't sit there wondering, what if, oh, I wonder about this. Just go book the call right now. We can chat about it. I can just send you some information. You can look it over. And at least you'll have the information that you're looking for. So this is the number to our office. Some of you guys may have noticed I shut off my my direct line. Because too many numbers, too many things to track. So this is our office line. You can reach me here, extension 1 or extension 2 for mentoring information. And I look forward to talking with you guys, of course, after the webinar. But always want to take a moment to thank you guys for being here. Thank the National RIA. Thank our corporate members that are listed all on our website under vendor partners. You guys are awesome. These are the people who are sponsoring these events and helping us make them free for you guys. So thank you to them. Thank you, Anish. Thank you, Harry, for being here. Thank you so much for making the time. You know, guys, we're gonna keep it very open today. Harry may engage with you guys and ask you some questions to get an understanding of who's in this webinar. You guys can respond to him in the chat box. But if whatever questions you have for Harry, just start popping those in the Q&A box. You'll see a Q&A box down below in the Zoom menu. Like, just start popping them in. Like, don't hesitate. I brought some questions with me today. I don't know if you guys brought questions with you, but I hope some of you guys brought questions with you. And then I would love if you went and popped those into the question and answer box so that we don't lose them in the chat box. Because today is for you guys. Today is for you guys to literally ask Harry. That's why we named it this. And we're really grateful that Harry took the time today. But while you guys are thinking of those questions, while you guys are typing in those questions in the Q&A box in your Zoom menu, Harry will just kind of tell you guys, you know, how he ended up here at the RIA, I think is a good place to start. And just a little bit more background, what did he have for breakfast? Just little things like that. Just kidding.
And what I don't know, I'll make up. So.
Oh my gosh, Harry, you guys, if you don't know, Harry's just a big ball of smiles and laughs, then you know now. So that's your warning.
But this is usually where Nish puts in the disclaimer that my opinions or my
Yes.
not a representation of BPM RIA at all.
There you go. Yes, disclaimer.
But good morning, everyone. We have found that some of the most successful trainings in these classes is simple question and answer. Some of you are new, some of you are experienced, some of you are our students, both new and experienced. And we're just happy to have you on board here because we're one giant family. My wife is Victoria, if you don't know who we are. We started with RIA back about 2012 after joining a national program and spending about $50,000 and learning a lot, but never enough to pull the trigger. We never closed the deal at all. But this national program, like all of them do, they say go to your local RIAs, your real estate investment associations. So we went to a lot of them, almost every single one that existed down here in Southeast Florida, in between Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. And we found BRIA to be the one with the most integrity, the one that was saying to us, when you go out on your own, we'll still be here for you. And I was like, wait, you're pushing me away before I'm even coming in. So, and the information that was given was always straight from the hip, accurate, actionable, and they never had any ulterior motive. And so that was someplace that we felt very, very comfortable. When Nish came on board in May of 2013, we switched over to short sales because at the time the RIOs, real estate owned, bank owned properties, strategy was changing, and for 6 months we didn't do anything. And as soon as we switched over to short sales, we put 12 deals on the boards in 90 days. They said it takes 6 months to close, and surprisingly, we had one approved in 30 days. So we were very happy with the results. And but Victoria and I were very open. I don't know if anyone's a history buff and knows Cortez when he landed in Central America. He basically, his troops were outnumbered by God knows how many. And he didn't want the troops to retreat. So he burned the boats. That's where you hear the term burn the boats. So they couldn't escape. So they had to win or die. And even though that's not as dramatic for Victoria and I today, we didn't burn our house down or anything like that. But we definitely only looked forward and moved forward. And all we had to do was follow the leader. And as long as they didn't ask us to do anything illegal or immoral, we were all in. And on top of that, they put up 100% of the money. It's like, this is a no-brainer. You're going to tell us exactly what to do, how to do it, basically hold our hands. And then you're going to put up all your money where our mouth is. And I was very concerned with that because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was talking about, because I graduated as an engineer, mechanical engineer, and I was very analytical. So I like to make sure that what I say is correct, and I wanted to be professional. I started the business, real estate business, when I was 50. Don't calculate the age after that. So you'll, it's been a great ride, and Victoria and I, when I say we, it means Victoria and I. We knew we were in the right place because we've had this camaraderie, not only with BRIA personnel, or BPM now, BPM personnel, but all the vendors. Everybody had the same mindset where everyone was helpful, regardless of whether they were doing business with us or partnering deals or anything. And some of these people have become our really, really, really good friends. Go out to dinner, we go on cruises together, National RIA Cruise, I recommend. We learned a lot on those cruises. how to use our Roth and earn tax-free growth and all that other stuff. So along the way, it was not only real estate. The real estate's just one small part of this growth. Even though we're in the real estate investing business, Victoria said, we realize we're in the real estate therapy business because we're dealing with a lot of homeowners that are incredibly stressed. But along the way, we're learning about asset protection and how to pay our fair share of taxes. How many people out there can say, I love paying my taxes? Go ahead, put it in the chat. I want to see anyone who says, I love paying taxes.
I just think of one other thing, like you said, guys are like real estate therapy, but like, honestly, I'm always honest with you guys, but I'm just thinking that's how it should be all the time. That's how humans should be treating humans anyway. So it's like mind blowing to think that's like, we're literally doing, but that's how it should be. And you guys are doing it naturally. So I just want to like point that out and give you some props because that's like how we should be doing business,
Right, it is. The very first person we helped, her name was Carolyn. Her last name started with the letter B. Very memorable woman, grandchildren, everything. And she was signing the paperwork, the closing documents, and she started to cry. And Victoria was sitting next to her, and she goes, I've come to the realization that I'm losing my house. But what I can't seem to accept is I feel like such a failure. And that was our very first house we closed on. And Victoria started crying. I started welling up, tears welling up. And we realized at that moment that this is so emotional for these people. And over the years, we learned that it is all about building relationships and connecting with them and not going after the money. You go after the money, I promise you, they're going to smell you like a car salesman. No offense to car salesmen, but the stereotypical car salesman. And they're going to know you're there for the money and not to help them. But I can also guarantee you this, promise this from to the day I die. You help others, the money will come in abnormally large amounts that you would not suspect. And our history has proven that these numbers are actually kind of stupid, but God bless their hearts. And, people want to pay good money, and we're here to help them. And that's what this team does. We all have fun and doing it. So there's more, but we have some good things. Like, I guess, because we have some questions rolling in. So let's,
yeah, we do.
Let's start knocking some of these off instead.
Do you want me to read them for you, or do you want to read them? What do you think is going to work, Harry?
Let's participate. We're family. Go ahead.
Okay.
Choose.
So we have Ruth here. Are letters working on getting wholesalers, being that the market is low in inventory and they can sell their house easily?
Okay. Low in inventory usually refers to on-market properties. On markets on the MLS, for sale by owner. Most of our properties that we deal with are off-market. So when I first started, it was explained to me, like, if you look at a picture of a pie, and that slice of pie, that is all the property. That slice represents all the properties that are available on market for sale. And the rest of the pie is all the people around the world who want to buy those properties. So low inventory, tremendous competition. But in off-market properties, we reverse that around. Now we are the buyers. That slice represents the buyers, and the rest of the pie is the off-market properties that are available to us. The key is finding those off-market properties, and through REIFax, we can do that. The second half of your question, are letters working? Letters always worked. I knew a company that spent $400,000 a year for 2.5 years. They bought a lot of properties from me, and they were doing about 15 plus properties a month. rehabbing half of them and wholesaling the others. Today, now they don't advertise at all because people are just bringing them deals. They built that brand, they built that reputation. So I don't personally send out letters. Am I missing business? Absolutely. But I found a niche not a niche, I found a niche that works for us, and that keeps us very, very busy, and it's very, very profitable. So even though I don't have a website and I don't do letters or mailers or door knockers or anything, the only advertising piece I have is business cards. But that works for us. But letters, yes, and other things, mailers, it's a numbers game, repetition, and if you budget for it, it definitely works without a doubt. Next question.
Alrighty, so with as many people that are in real estate opportunities, how do you stand out and also not frustrate the potential seller or upset them? There's just a prolific amount of players out there. It's quite daunting.
Okay, is that Majid? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. It may seem that way, and yes, the key in your statement there is, how do you stand out? How do you be different than the others? You will, and I have faced sellers that immediately assume who we are. So we come up to them and they're already angry, ticked off, and it turns out that someone was there 5 minutes early. We just missed them, and they're mad at the homeowners, mad at the system, the process, or the inexperienced people before us. And then but we were able to help solve their problem. So the key is to know as much as you can about the situation that they're in. They will feel more comfortable that you're a professional. They'll also be able to fill you in on some of the things that you can't find in public record. And don't only talk about business, build a relationship. So if you smell something delicious cooking, mention it. And people love to talk about themselves. So when you go up to a house, you should know what the person looks like. It's actually, if it's in pre-foreclosure, it's actually in the complaint. It's not in the complaint, but it's in the, when the server served them, they give a brief description of the person that accepted the service. So if it's a 60-year-old black male who's 5'10", 150 pounds and bald, if you know a 20-year-old young man answers, it's not that person. So, but if someone does answer the door that fits that description, you can call them directly by name, and that takes them a little off guard. And imagine them having an invisible wall between you and them. And all your job is to do is to have them remove one brick at a time, and each brick gives you 15 more seconds to talk. Don't focus on anything else other than having that wall come down. You can't take the wall down. They have to take it down. So notice things at the house. Victoria loves plants. And so when she goes to these houses, she mentions plants and flowers and other things. And we've had people like, oh, please take a cutting. We have so much. So whatever relationship you can build, in addition to passing along good information, is critical. What makes you different is that you've done your research and that you may actually be helping them without ulterior motive. A great example is if a homeowner is living there and they are not homestead exempt in taxes, they're paying about $2,000 to $3,000 more a year in taxes. That could be a tremendous, that could keep them in and out of foreclosure, in or out of foreclosure, out of foreclosure. So even though the deal may not close, don't be afraid to give people information that's helpful to them, because the situation has proven over the years, the statistics have proven over the years that about 60 to 80% of the people who are in a pre-foreclosure situation are going to be back in that same situation within the next 18 months. And who are they going to call? They're going to call the person that they trust. So be the person that they trust. Stop chasing the money. Go after helping them. And you'd be surprised at the changes. Now, in the beginning, we all need money. It's a business. Without a doubt, we all need it. But if you go leading with the money, they're going to know it. And that you want to be different, don't lead with the money. All right,
Yep.
next question.
One of my favorite quotes, and I don't know if this is a quote or if I saw this, I don't know, but I really like it. It's your uniqueness is your superpower. So just throwing that one out there. All right, what has worked for you in the last 5 years? Maybe like, I don't know. I know there's probably a lot, or there's just like staples in there. Tell us the staples.
Well, building a relationship is key, because people work with people they like. They don't work with, and they work with people they trust. They don't work with just anybody. That's why con men are so good, and because they build that trust. We're not con men, by the way, but but build that. Be real with the people, and then any deal will work. I love short sales. People hate short sales. I like reverse mortgages, probate, wholesale deals. You'd be surprised at everything that's out there. When I said, oh, I love short sales, all of a sudden, the next 3 deals were all wholesale. There was plenty of money to be had. But we needed to do probate, double probate in some cases. We had to find the creative solutions. That's my specialty. It's finding the creative solutions to solve the problems. And some of you may have heard this before. Everyone's heard of a win-win situation, but I have 5 of them. Win, 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 win situation. So if there's a mortgage, the bank has to win, whether it's a short sale situation or not. The homeowner has to win, or the heir. We have to win because obviously we're in a business. We need to make the money. And if we're wholesaling the property to a contractor who's going to fix and flip it, he needs to win. And if there's any city liens or violations, they need to win. So if you can take whatever situation exists and create winners everywhere, then everyone's going to work with you. And it's a no-brainer. You're not going to have anyone fighting, not signing anything. It's going to go so smooth. It's really very silly how simple it can be. Just solve people's problems. That is one of the little secret nuggets you're going to get today.
Totally. That's something huge. I know that.
From a coma tomorrow.
What are you reading?
Michael Carpenter. I love it. Go ahead. You can read it.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I just saw the coma thing. So.
Okay. Not funny, but serious. Okay. If you woke up from a coma tomorrow with no financial assets, no contacts, but you can survive without a job, what would be your strategy to become wealthy as soon as possible?
First, I get some pizza. Said coma. All right. It's actually that's you've always heard rich people if you can become rich, you can become rich again, even if you lose it all. You know how to. Surround yourself with people who have the knowledge, who have the willingness to share information that's going to help you. Financial assets. That's why Anish was great. He put up 100% of the money. You can build contacts and buyers list. Don't waste time building a buyers list. When you have a property, when you look at all the comparables in the area, you'll find some of those LLCs are buying in that area. They know the area, they know the houses, and what you now know is what they bought the house for. So you could sell it to them at that price, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, depending on what you get it for and what the condition difference is. But what strategy? The same thing I'm doing now, helping people Short sales, just solve problems, whatever comes up, and it can easily be rebuilt quickly. All right, the next one here is, okay, I'm not gonna, hello, real estate rookie here. Hi, real estate rookie. How and what to look for when trying to find a good property management team? Regarding CPAs, real estate title attorneys, thank you for your time. Certainly getting hooked up into the local RIA, Real Estate Investment Association, has a lot of that's a great start, because there's also contractors, money lenders, other things that are important. They usually have CPAs, real closing companies, title companies, and everybody is part of that. So they're relatively the system's already there in place. So you plug in. So if you'd like come to a BPM meeting, when is our next one? In August, in person, I
The
think.
next in-person quarterly meeting will be August 2nd. So you will be, there will be early bird tickets for non-members, $15. At the door, it's 20. And then, of course, all the members will get in free, and the members will have $10 guest privileges. So that will be posted probably by Thursday. So look out for that. I'm gonna get that posted for you guys, hopefully before the end of this week.
Okay, so we were all real estate rookies, all of us, every single one that you see doing anything in real estate. We all started out knowing barely how to spell real estate. And hooking up with the team and getting this information. So on August 2nd, come on down, go to, meet all the vendors, all the table to table, gather information, quick conversations. Make it a point to get to every table. You can develop your network. The networking hour is not for you to network, it's for you to gather information. And you can network after the event. You can call those people, and you're going to need more time. So you can do your networking after, but connect with everybody there. Victoria and I, for every single meeting we went to, every single meeting, even if we knew the main speaker topic, we said to ourselves, if we just learn one new thing or meet one new person, that would be worth the entire expense of going to the meeting. And that was our philosophy then. It remains the same today. Always show up, always learn. If you want to do anything in life, show up. If you want to be a mountain climber, you can't learn how to climb a mountain unless you start climbing hills. Same thing here. You want to skydive, all right, they're a little easy. You just open the door and jump. But I'm sure you want a little more training than that. But
no, the local vendors are great. I just popped the link in the chat for you guys. The good part about the vendors that we have is they are very helpful. So when you call their offices, their staff will be able to answer questions for you. Like there will be a human answering the phone. Like 90% of the time. I mean, I can't think of one that doesn't have a person answering the phone right away. So please use them. That's why they're there. They want you to work with them. We want you to work with them. So please go check them out. And another good part about the local vendors is a lot of them do webinars with us. So if you go to the YouTube channel, you can find webinars with some of the local vendors that we have, where they can expand more on their specialty and how they can help you achieve your goals in real estate investing. And again, if you are needing a recommendation for anything, a lot of you guys do call me for this. And then for those that don't know, give me a call, send me an email, and I will get back to you, usually within 24 hours, usually same day response. So let me know, like this is also what I'm here for. So just throwing that out there. Let's see what's next. Ooh, okay. Harry, what would be your daily weekly action plan?
Try to plan lunch and dinner as often as possible. All right, I have a question. Everyone in the chat, please.
Mhm.
Do you think 3 years from now or do you think a year from now is a long time? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Yes, yes, a year from now is a long time. Okay. Nope, Carly, no, no. Okay, so it flies by. Yes, it does, David. Okay. Now, it seems like for a lot of us, we think that the future is so far away, 1, 2 years, 3 years. And you look back, do you realize COVID started over 3 years ago already? March of 2020 is when everything shut down. We're already in June, we're in technically, mid-May, we're in end of May, so we're almost 3.25 years past when COVID started. Seems like yesterday. Put in the chat. Yes, does it seem like yesterday, or was 3.5 years ago really long time ago? All right, okay. Okay. Well, the funny thing is, as you get older, life goes faster and faster. So you want to make a commitment to yourself. There's no one else responsible. This is an adult world. This is your business. You want to make the changes. No one's going to sit and drag you across the finish line. It's like going to college for the first time. The teachers say, don't show up in class. We don't care. You paid for it, you show up. So that's your responsibility. So same thing here. For you to take action, it's what you want to do. If this is what you want to do, then make some sacrifices. If you're working, when I was working, I was going to school till 11:30 at night. And then I do homework till 1 o'clock, get up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, go back to school when I was graduating, to graduate college. So time flies. Wish I was back there, actually. Hated school, but I wish I was back there. And so a couple of things about is the daily, weekly action plan. If you're working or not working, doesn't matter. Any spare moment you have, plug in to learn. So if you're, the old days, listen to tapes in the car or something. Obviously now it's, you can get these little quick, probably low BPM YouTube into the phone or something, and you can listen to them on the way home and hear different programs and different topics. If you're running a list and going to go door knocking, hey, if you can't set the time, a lot of people can't, to go knock on 20 doors, that could take 4 or 5 hours. You don't have 4 or 5 hours, great. On the way home from work, just knock on one door. If you can, 2, just on the way home. If you don't have a door to knock on, make a left, go into that neighborhood, zigzag up and down the streets for 10 minutes. See if you can find a distressed property or a property that may need your attention. And has anyone ever heard of IP? No, I better not say IPA because I'm going to get a lot of beer drinkers. Income producing activities. So you want to do income producing activities when the time is right. So if you're going to door knock or make phone calls, do it between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. After that, that's non-income producing activities. That's when you do your research, your lookups, your other things. So don't do non-IPA activities during IPA times. Get plugged in and just do one. Oh, I need to do 20. Okay, great. Well, at the end of the month, you're going to hit 20, 25 doors by just doing one a day. Get out there. Don't know what to say? We'll teach you a little bit of what to say just so you feel more comfortable. And then you'll develop your own speech, of what to say to people. And again, it's about building a relationship. You'll understand a lot more what to say when you know what's going on in their situation.
Totally. That was a good way to end that. Okay, next, Sandra, thank you for this great question, because I'm personally always wondering this. How are you and Victoria able to balance your life as business partners and as a married couple?
Yes, dear. That's it.
Well done. Well done.
I'm well trained. What can I say? No, but you know, Victoria, at least I'm very blessed to have Victoria in my life. Without her, I couldn't do this. I was married previously, didn't want to get married again. After I was an in-law, became an outlaw, didn't want to get married again. And Victoria came into my life. And Victoria's a very, very special person. And for us to be able to live together, work together out of the home, do business together, and I'm still alive, that says a lot for our relationship. But you need to enjoy each other. Say thank you for little things. Thank you for doing the dishes. Thank you for doing the laundry. Thank you for the two simple words makes a big difference in a relationship. Now that's not from this, Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women From Venus. Notice the other person's accomplishments and realize, hey, look, think about this. We're very difficult to live with ourselves, let alone to live with somebody else. So when you find the person who loves you more than you love yourself, hang on, don't let it go. And then take time to breathe. Your life is too short. As we get older, and when I was young, I said, oh, people that are older want to be younger. I thought it was because they wanted to date younger people. Now it turns out that everyone starts dying when you get older. And you realize how fragile life is, and that people start dying now they're younger than you. Oh, poor them. Well, what about poor us? Live life. Take your time. Work is work, but reward yourself to go out. Maybe the reward is just go to the movies on a Sunday. Just get out of the house, go do something. Not on a Sunday, that's IPA time, but whatever it is, just learn to appreciate each other and give yourself time to unwind and relax.
Totally. You have to recharge so that you can do your best work. Awesome. Oh gosh. Okay. What would be your KPIs? Do you have?
What is a KPI?
I know. Okay.
What tools, resources would you purchase? That's also Michael. Prioritize additional tools, resources, would purchase cash. Okay, I don't know what KPIs are. If anyone wants to put in the chat, ask Michael.
It's key performance indicator, but I'm not sure what you track. Do you track?
Thanks, Carly. No offense to people who do this. I don't. I've been in two businesses before, and a lot of it was measure your results. And how do you advertise, and how do you get the return on your investment for advertising? Personally, I think everyone's wasting too much time doing that. I stay very micro-focused. At points, it's boring, but it pays well. So I'd rather spend my time, with Victoria. And focus on just a very narrow part of real estate. What tools and resources would you purchase as soon as possible? Right now, stay micro-focused. I mean micro-focused. Real estate is a huge elephant in the room, and there is no way you're going to be able to eat that elephant in a year. Just not possible. You're lucky if you can get to half a leg. Focus on one topic, learn it well, become the expert in it. And as you're taking that trip, so in my case, we shifted from real estate owned, bank owned properties to short sales. And I stayed on this proverbial train track of the short sales. Now, while we were doing strictly short sales, of course, there was a wholesale deal that basically was in list pendants pre-foreclosure. It was a wholesale deal, means that the bank didn't want as much money, so it didn't need to be a short sale, selling a house for less than what is owed, or probate needed to be done. So I was able to do probate while I'm on the short sale track. I don't go to probate court and target that market, too much competition. So I deal with it as come on. I like control. So one of the things the national program taught me, and 2 weeks later, I get a call for $20,000 more. Don't you think a mentor would be good? And I was like, yeah, that's great. Flew out to LA, but he taught us about the art of control. The more control you have in this process, the easier it goes. And so we stayed on the short sale track, and other things happened. So the way to look at it, no matter what you choose in real estate, whether it's probate, wholesale, short sale, rentals, Airbnb, you have everything at the ground level up to the 10th story is exactly the same. Trust me on this. Everything is the same, but it's going to take a year, maybe a little more, to get to that 10th floor level. Everyone has ADHD. When you start seeing something that's not working, you get sidetracked by some other shiny thing, and you say, oh, I'm going to try that now. And you're going to do that for 3 months, and then you're going to try that, and you're going to do that for 3 months. And nowhere have you reached that level 10. It's the way I can assimilate this and try to make it as easy as possible. Now, but once you get to level 10, you can then jump to all the others because they're easy, because you already have the base of knowledge and the experience to make that transition into the next one. There'll be a little bit new stuff to learn, but you're not learning the whole thing. You're not starting from ground level. So give yourself the time to learn one thing over and over and over again. So like if you're interested in really learning this, pick one thing. All right, yeah, there's a lot on YouTube and all this about real estate. Fine. Stick with BPM. I'm not promoting BPM, but stick with one thing and just learn everything that they have, because you'll find out the others are exactly the same. So
Awesome.
narrow down your time. Instead of watching 10 videos about one topic, stick with one topic, learn, give yourself that time. Your tools and resources. I don't like to spend any money at all. So the tools and resources are these meetings, are these video presentations, something that's free or very, very low cost, I should say. Yes, I have bought the $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 programs and other things, but the idea is while you're learning, stay focused on one thing, because some of those other things don't exist in a year. So stick with the tried and true. Okay.
I'm going to give some other people a chance to get questions in. I'm going to go back to Ruth here. If you are not doing letters and knocking doors, what other ways to get deals?
Okay, well, I do knock on doors, but you can call the same thing.
I think she's like speaking hypothetically. If she maybe is not doing letters or knocking on doors, like what ways should she get deals?
Phone call, skip trace and phone call.
Good stuff.
Whatever your situation is, if they're too far away, or maybe you're not physically capable of knocking on doors or transporting yourself around easily, use that. Because we have had people who are not physically mobile, and so you can create but you're still creating the relationship on the phone. So a lot of times when I knock on doors and they're not home, I leave some information. I skip trace them and then call them, say, hey, I left some information at your door. I came by to introduce myself. Actually, I and my team, I and my wife work with a team over 35 years. We've been helping thousands of homeowners for free. Little things that are going to make them stay on the phone. It's a little more difficult on the phone because you don't, they can hang up very quickly, as opposed to slamming the door in your face. But most people don't slam the door in the face. But letters years ago, God, this is when we first started. We did the letters, we did everything. And the homeowner said to us, one of them, there was a few, oh yeah, we get thousands of letters, we just throw them out. But you're the only one that's ever door knocked. So we were door knocking. I guess we really pushed the door knocking way back when in 2013, 14, 15. When very few other people were doing that. It's very successful for other reasons, is you're able to see people face to face, you're able to make a connection better. But if not, the phone works great too. I had one lady, we were out Sunday, left information at the door, no one was home. She called me yesterday morning. So great, okay, so sometimes that works. Nothing is 100% perfect. I wish it was. If it was, I wouldn't be doing this
I
today.
know, right? Okay.
I'd be doing this from Bora Bora.
Okay, oh my gosh, cracking me up. All right, Andrew, how many times do you visit a homeowner? At what point do you know it's a lost cause?
Good question. I used to visit homeowners 3-4 times. Knock on doors 3 or 4 times. I always write down the day, the date, and the time that I go by and I knock on a door. If they're not home, I make a note, left message, or whatever notes on the conversation we had. The coincidence shows that like the 4th time, I'm like, oh, yeah, I was here on Saturday at 1:25. It's now 1:15. And every other time I was here, it's Saturday. They're not here. Okay. Maybe they work on the weekends. Maybe they, that's why when the server serves the people, it's a good idea to write down the day, date, and time. Because if they're home at Monday at 11 a.m., why are they not working? If they're not 80 years old, if they're 50 years old, why are they home? They not working? Do they work at nights? Are they working weekends? Just some sort of pattern. Now I just knock on the door once, leave some information, and I skip trace and call. How often, when do I give up? Never. Not until they hang up, curse me out. No, they don't curse. No one's ever cursed me out, but hang up, or when I know that the property is completely sold. Because I come at it from an angle saying, I'm truly here to help you. I want you to keep your house. But if, I've helped people and they still for a year and they just kept their head buried in sand, train rolled them over. So you're never going to help everyone. Not everyone's going to want help. But when you're true and sincere with people, stick with it, follow up. I think I still have some on my list from 3 years, like a bankruptcy, great example. They're in pre-foreclosure, they declare bankruptcy to get it out of county court, put it in federal. They pay 2 to 5 years, they make payments for 2 to 5 years so they can stay in the house. Soon as they stop making payments or their case has been discharged, dismissed as bad, discharged as good, the bank is then going to make a motion in the court to reset the sale date and continue with the foreclosure process. The train moved all the way forward, foreclosure train, and stopped right there because federal court overrides county court. As soon as the federal court made a decision, the train picks up right from where it stopped and moves forward. Case is still open as far as we're concerned. And maybe not now, maybe 2-3 years from now, the same case is going to move forward. They're still on my list. So I follow up because every so often I relook at these cases, see what's new, either in county court or in that example, federal court. And I know what's going on. hopefully I see it a month before the bank does, able to get back in touch with the homeowner. Hey, I got some very important information for you. That's also another tip. When you see anything from that or in the court case that's important to the homeowner, maybe a hearing date that's going to set a sale date or something, then you have a right to call them back and let them, hey, I was following up on your case and, I noticed that you have this is going to be urgent. What are your plans? Gives you a chance to update and reconnect with the people.
Totally. Okay. That's a good segue to this question that we have here. What operating systems and tools should I use in my real estate portfolio to stay organized and continue smooth operations? So, that 3-year, who knows how long case, like, where do you keep all that?
40.
Where do you keep all that organized, Harry? What are you doing over there?
Okay, I'm still a file. I'm a file cabinet and paper guy. Never thought I would be, but yeah, turned into my father. God bless his heart. But yeah, we have an Excel spreadsheet, and I just go through that. And when I work with my mentees, we do Google Sheets because we can work on the sheet together. We don't have to do a face-to-face on the computer. And I just use simple Excel spreadsheet. Yes, I know there's plenty out there. I print out when I go door knocking, I actually print out my notes. I don't like looking at the phone. Sometimes the map, I don't know if I have a photo of this.
I think REI Black Book is amazing. I like to keep that all in one place, all the information about the property, where it's at, all the stuff. So I think REI Black Book is awesome, especially because we have, I think we have like a 14-day free trial on the website. So if you go to the vendor partners page on bpmreia.com, yes, REI Black Book. It's on the vendor partners page on our website. And I'm pretty sure I have a special link in there that will get you guys to the 14-day free trial and just some more background information on REI Black Book. And, that's what we use internally here at BPM RIA. So,
right. Obviously, I get a lot of information from RIAFax.
Yes.
I used to print out large pages of maps. So when I did the driving for dollars, I would highlight the streets I already went through. I got familiar with the neighborhoods, the house styles, and at that time, the after repaired values. Obviously that changes very frequently now. But the main websites I use for information are free. I mean, obviously RIAFax is there, but then we have clerk courts, property appraisers, and public records, and realtor.com.
Yep.
So those are the ones I use as my primaries. And very simple, fast, easy to get the information. A little bit here, but RIAFax or the in a short sale, the clerk of court gives us the most information. About 70-80% of it comes from the complaint. Now, if anyone's on this and hasn't registered in clerk of the court with the county, do so, because it gives you access to probate and family court records. And you can do that with every county in the state of Florida. Within 24 hours, you'll have that access. Same thing with the government website for bankruptcy, PACER, PACER.gov. And now, if they vet you, I've even said to homeowners, I said, we're vetted by the state, federal, and local governments. How are we vetted? Well, I just registered, and they allow me access to more information. They must have looked at me or something, so that I can have access to that information. So, it just makes people feel a little more comfortable.
That's good tips. Thank you, Harry, for that.
Old fashioned stuff. If you find a great work program, that's great. By all means, use it. But unfortunately, I'm not one to tell you what to do because I don't use it.
Totally. So that brings me to this question from Esther here. I think we got a little mixed up here. It says, Harry, you said that ReaFax is not one of your marketing sources, but it's one of their information sources. That's where you find leads and deals.
ReaFax is
So,
where you find leads, deals, find after repaired values, comparables. I can generate lists or property property evaluations for homeowners. So I can say what's sold, what is for sale, what's distressed in the area. ReaFax is probably the number one source for all my information gathering or my lead gathering. And I would say 98% of my deals, 95% of deals all came from ReaFax.
awesome. So she's curious here, if sending offers and contracts through ReaFax is better, or if sending a large list out as is or scrubbing before sending, what's better?
Okay, two separate things. In the past, I have used ReaFax for sending out contracts. Set up a template, it's easy as pie, and then you can send out 1,000 contracts. But usually that's for on-market properties. I'm dealing with off-market properties, so I don't need that particular feature anymore. And scrubbing before sending, scrubbing is for off-market properties, sending is for on-market properties. So that's where that is different. And yes, I scrub my off-market properties because they change rapidly. You may develop a list and it says they're in pre-foreclosure, and then you go find out from the court that it's dismissed. I want to make sure I have, even if ReaFax generates a list of 100 leads, I want to go through all those leads before I go into deep qualifying. So I'll scan the property, I'll scan the clerk courts to see if the case has been dismissed. Do not cancel a case because it says closed. If the court sets, here's nugget number 2, major nugget number 2, or 3 or 10, whatever, take your pick. Look into your files deeper before you take the listing where it says closed as gospel, because there's a manual, someone has to manually enter that information. They could be wrong. But when a judge orders a case to go to sale, an auction sale date, it's no longer in the courts. So as far as the courts are concerned, for them, the case is closed. But it could be 30, 60, or 90 days before the sale date. And that's a great lead for us because the homeowner is desperate. They now have tried everything else, and there's a sale date coming. We may be the ones that have the answer for them to save them. For new people, rookies, it's a tremendous amount of work. You have to build the relationship, get a lot of paperwork, get them financials and trust and other things. So in the beginning, it's focus your time on learning more than going after those kinds of leads. Or if you have them, partner with somebody who knows how to do that quickly.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are running out of time, so we need to answer.
All right,
as
so
many
let's
questions.
fire them up, and I'll answer short quickly.
Okay. How much success do you have you had with driving for dollars? What do you look for out of state owners or homeowners that live there?
Yes,
All of the above.
that was going to be a short answer.
So yes.
No, all of it, of course. If there's an opportunity, it doesn't matter. Out of state owners, if they're tired, great. But you're leading up to something. If it's an estate and the person died and the heirs are out of state, yeah, they could be more motivated because they don't want the house. When you're driving, tall grass could be an indicator, but it could have. I mean, I remember one time it rained like 10 inches in a week. So by the weekend, the grass was foot tall. And the person was working and they were mowing it on Sunday and I saw it on Saturday. So not always an indicator. But certainly if the house is distressed, roof's collapsing, there's cracks in the walls, the windows are boarded up. Everybody in the neighborhood has their garbage and recycle out except this house. Any postings that are on the windows, usually with blue tape, make sure you go take a look at those, take pictures. Either it's a property preservation company or it's the city with liens. And if it's the city with liens, take pictures of all the pages. It will tell you who the homeowner is, where they might be located, what the violations are, who's the code officer, phone numbers, other helpful information that will save you a lot of time, and you don't have to research it later. Next.
All right, what is the minimum investment budget to start wholesaling real estate? I mean, I know the answer. I mean, I have an answer.
Okay, I'll let you answer that one.
I mean, for me, starting a business seems like it can be a lot. But if you're looking to have a mentor, obviously coming to BPM RIA and doing the mentoring program, we will put up 100% of the money for the deals. And we'll teach you how to start your business from the very top, because it is one-on-one. So if you are looking to start from the very top, we can cover that. But also it depends like how much time you have available. So if you can at least start marketing and building relationships and building your power team, I mean, it's completely different for everyone because of the time that you have available. But I think that, you can take out a lot of time depending on which route you go.
Right, there's many strategies as well, but obviously you might be talking about the earnest money deposit to make the contract valid. If someone's going to write a contract, write the contract. You can fund that $1,000 within 3 days, as it says on the contract. Anything less than 1,000 down here is not really considered, enough. But at the same time, never give it to the homeowner. Only goes to the title company. Preferably, if you're the buyer, you get to choose title company. So if it goes to the title company, you're going to get your money back from if things go sideways, or if you run out of your inspection period of time.
Awesome.
But $1,000, if you make 10 offers, $10,000. So yeah, it can add up quickly. I noticed here Mike Carpenter also asked, because a lot of people ask this, if I call in 1,000 people in free foreclosure with equity, how many deals can you close? I would love to close all of them. It's not going to happen. I'd be happy with 3. Is that the statistics? No. I've deep qualified 5,000 properties in 10 years, and I've closed on 100. If you look at the statistics like that, you're wasting your time. This is what I said earlier. Don't look at statistics, because if I looked at 5,000, only closed 100, my statistics suck. They're terrible. Okay, so why am I the #1 income earner, earning over 6 figures on each profit on the last 7 deals? Obviously, statistics fly out the window. A lot like unemployment. They want to see you want different results. They just change the equation. So here, don't focus on how many do you have to do to get something back. Hey, look, if you knocked on 10 doors and you got 1, that's 10%. That's fantastic. If you did 100 and got 1, that's fantastic. Apparently, I did 5,000 and got 100. That's fantastic. So yeah, the numbers and calculations like that don't mean anything to me, and they shouldn't to you. What was the government website? Pacer.gov, PACER.gov. How do you use REIFax to find deals? Well, you need to plug in. REIFax has got about 10 million different capabilities or different factors or features that you can narrow down your search. Everything from pre-foreclosure to dates to price range to locations, zip codes, towns. You can draw your own maps all the way to liens and then search words on what the liens might be for. Roof, boarded, anything like that. So REIFax is very intricate, very, very detailed, and is the best of all of them that are out there. I used quite a few others, and this is the only one that really is user friendly to the max. And REIFax has tons of videos, and also they'll do one-on-ones and give you personal training. So they're going to ask you what you're looking for, and if you don't know that answer, it's going to be a very broad search. You can just run the search and say, okay, Broward County pre-foreclosures, and run it, and it's going to tell you 13,000 and change. It doesn't help you. You need to, narrow down a little bit. So my recommendation is plug into the people that know this stuff, and unfortunately, it's a little too much for this call, but.
Yep, they're super helpful. Just go to the website, our website, you'll find on the vendor page, they're there, and reach out.
Okay, I like this one here. Banks are expecting to get more money for the houses now, and not many foreclosures going on right now as before. Does it work? Still doing pre-foreclosures right now? Yes, true, and true. Yes, it still pays. There's going to be a ton of pre-foreclosures coming in the next within the night before the end of the year. But a lot of them are going to be on houses that were recently purchased in the last few years, so their condition is probably still good. But though your strategy is going to be you have to know your exit strategy. So where your exit strategy may be wholesaling or fixing and flipping, those kinds of houses will not afford that kind of exit strategy. You might have to look into lease options, subject tos, other things like that. And Taryn's an expert at those numbers. I'm a math whiz and numbers off the top of my head. And when she talks, I know it's going to sound bad. I get confused, but no, the creative financing is available, and so a lot of that's going to happen. Yes, banks are getting smarter. It's an oxymoron, but also we've learned over the years the people you're talking to are either really hard asses or really have a heart. And you want to find the one that has a heart, and the ones that don't care and you don't know why they're delaying so long. We've closed files and a month later reopened them. If you have the time, you get a different, that's a great strategy, because you have a different a negotiator. Hopefully, we've asked for that other negotiator sometimes, and because they work with us. No, and when you say there's not many foreclosures going on right now, a foreclosure is a house that's already went to auction and sold, and you should check out Broward Foreclosure. I forgot the county's website. Each county has one, and there are hundreds of houses being foreclosed on every single day, Monday through Friday. So for this is not slowing down. Florida is a microcosm of opportunity. We've had people from all over the country say, you are so lucky. You have so many short sales. You have so many foreclosures. Because in Colorado, we only had 3 short sales the entire year. I ran a new list. I got another 50 to look at. And that's after I thinned out the properties I don't want. So there's a lot of opportunity. Again, stay micro-focused. Don't listen to all the hype. The news is wrong. Properties are going down in value, not in South Florida. They may be staying the same. I think they're up 0.8% or 0.2%. And then there's some areas like, hey, look, I bought a house for 120 all in. And the guy that wanted to buy from me at 280 backed out. So we found someone at 310. The houses are selling after repairs. They're selling for 340. I don't know why he offered 310. Do I care? No. Should you care? No, of course not. So there are South Florida, this region is desired by all people all over the world, which you already know. COVID has increased that opportunity for people to look further, like New Yorkers. I've had a few friends up there who took the program years ago here. And they said, yeah, we were cooped up with COVID and 6-month winter and like, ooh, we want to come down to Florida and have dinner outside. But they said this is what was their major decision maker. You pay $6,000-7,000 for taxes on a house. We pay $35,000. Yeah, I'll offer $80,000 above list price, even though it needs work, because I can amortize it off of my taxes in 3-4 years. They're saving money, lots of it. So this area is the most desirable. Like when, hey, look, it's 85 degrees, 90 degrees. It's not as hot as 90 degrees elsewhere. Midwest, Northeast, when they get temperatures hotter than we have. And we have what, 5 to 10 cool days? I call them cool. Victoria calls them freezing cold. You know, where they maybe hit the 50s, 1 or 2 in the 40s. Now, we're not talking Northern Florida. We're talking South Florida. So everyone wants to be here. Okay, I know we have a few more minutes. Alexa has a raffle winner up. I know there's a lot of questions. Thank you all for being patient. I know I talk a lot. So I know we have a raffle winner, Mike Carpenter. Why do I like reverse mortgages? They're easy. Other questions I'll answer another time. We'll probably do another Ask Harry. It sounds like this was a good topic to work on.
Totally.
So,
I
drum
have
roll.
another. This one, obviously, I can help with. May I speak with some of your mentees? Yes, you can just go book a discovery call, and I will go ahead and schedule a 1 hour free consultation with a mentor for you. So just go to our website, bpmria.com, book the discovery call, and I will schedule that free hour consultation for you with Anish. I'll give you the details about our program, what's included, so that you can ask questions and bounce back and forth with somebody who is killing it here in South Florida. Oh yes, raffle winner. We have a winner for the 1-year membership to BPM RIA. Congratulations, Boo. You won. I'm going to put you in the chat so that you hopefully see that you won. And I'll be in touch with you. So look out for my email. I got to get some details from you, and you will have a 1-year membership by the end of the day. So congrats. Hope to see you at our events. You get in free. And then your guests come in at half off. And then you can go to the boot camp for $200 off too. So lots of good stuff there, lots of benefits, discounts, all that good stuff. And then of course we did record today's session. It will be on our YouTube channel. So I'll throw the link in the chat one more time before we wrap up. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you so much, Harry. Lots of great questions. So we'll have to do this again. Everyone who wanted to see Anish's webinar, it is still happening Thursday this week. And then anyone who feels like they have lots of love and gratefulness in their heart, I will give you a big, big hug, virtual hug, if you go give us 5 stars on Google. I just threw the link in there. If you didn't know, I do thank you guys for doing these 5-star Google reviews for me with some feedback on, any event that you've attended. I will add on a free month to your membership if you have one. And if you don't have a membership, I will give you 1 month free trial for a membership at BPM RIA, so you can test it out, see if that's something you'd like to invest in yourself in. So please, if you have a moment, 5 stars on Google. If you have the time and love in your heart for me and Harry today, this is the first one. We did just me and him. So I thought you guys had some really awesome questions for him.
They were very good.
And you guys are so grateful and positive in the chat. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time today. we'll see you guys Thursday. And then just look out for some new events that I'll be posting by the end of this week. I gotta hustle. I have some in my pocket. I just need to whip them out for you guys. So look out for those, check the website, book your discovery calls. I'm already seeing that I have a few discovery calls that were booked just during this webinar. So I look forward to connecting with you guys and serving you however I can. This is my job here at BPM RIA to deliver the resources to you. I'm not the one with the answers. That's why I schedule you guys with the niche, but I'm here to deliver the information. So thank you guys so much again. Thank you, Harry. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, great Taco Tuesday.
Yep, thanks for taking your time today, guys. And, showing up is the major key.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. See you guys on Thursday. Bye, Harry.
Bye.
Bye, guys.